Hello and welcome back to my channel Higher Consciousness. In today's video we're talking about the total lunar eclipse on May 15th occurring in the sign of Scorpio. So before me I have four oracle and tarot decks, and I'm just doing an intuitive poll to see what we can find out and gather about the total lunar eclipse on May 15th. So we have our crystal angels deck coming up first, and before I begin the reading I want to talk about the total lunar eclipse and just some generalized understandings of what will be occurring. The total lunar eclipse is occurring in Scorpio, and Scorpio is a sign of transformation. It's also a really deep sign. It's a water sign, so it involves uncovering some of the emotions and feelings that come with being a water sign. It also has a lot to do with transformation, being the phoenix that rises from the ashes, or else just settling for the nothingness, the state of nothingness. So when a total lunar eclipse occurs, a paradigm shift is often underway. And because this is occurring and affecting all, we could see a mass societal shift in consciousness. We could see it being something to do with a total shift around feelings of maybe spirituality or death and rebirth, as those are common topics that occur with the Scorpio sign. So I'm going to pull from our Crystal Angels deck, and before I begin pulling, I also want to channel the numerology of the day. So 5/15/2022 is going to be, let's see what life path number resonates with that particular day. It's going to be 5 plus 1, we've got 6, plus another 5 is 11, plus another 6, because the 2022 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. So that gives us 17. Add those two and we've got 8. So this is perfect. This is great actually. The number 8's energies resonate with the day of the total lunar eclipse. So we're getting a feeling of reciprocity. We're getting a sense of as above, so below, these interconnected energies. So let's see what the cards have in store for us with this generalized understanding. We're gonna go ahead and resonate with the pile, or with the number 8, and I'm going to be shuffling and then picking the 8th card. Spirit, what do we need to know about the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And our 8th card coming in is yellow jasper, control issues. So already we're getting this orange feeling, which has a tendency to be like a blockage occurring in the sacral chakra, the belly, the navel chakra, and the sacral chakra, very close to each other. We've got our solar plexus, and then we've got our sacral. So these two energies, this yellow and this orange, are occurring within this card, and it makes me think of those two chakras. It makes me feel like there's a societal generalized feeling of having issues that occur within the navel and the sacral chakras, like we're not getting what we set out to do on a societal level. Maybe we're having emotional issues, emotional insecurities, and then it's causing us to want to feel in control. So these are some generalized feelings that I'm getting right now about this total lunar eclipse and the energy that's occurring around us. This card even says utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. So as individuals, we need to start owning our own power more and not letting society take control of us or make us feel imbalanced with what we have the willpower to do and what we are feeling about ourselves emotionally. What else do we have? I'm going to pick the 8th card again, and I am picking the 8th card. I'm going to fast forward the video so you don't have to wait for me to count 8 out each time. Okay, and our 8th card again is Amber. So again, we've got this energy, the navel chakra, our solar plexus energy is really being activated with this reading so far, or emphasized. And it says, give it to God. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. So this goes hand in hand with this. It's control issues and give it to God. So Spirit is saying that on a societal level, we're having the control issues, but we need to have faith that the divine is guiding us and that this paradigm shift will be for the greater good of all involved. There is a reason why sometimes we go through dark times, and it's so that we can experience a state of enlightenment, a state of understanding that comes from knowledge acquired in difficult situations. So we've got those cards coming up. We're going to pull from the Angels and Ancestors deck next. And I'm just going to shuffle and ask Spirit again, what do we need to know about the energies around this total lunar eclipse occurring in the sign of Scorpio? Pulling our 8th card. Okay, and our 8th card here is Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. So Spirit is really emphasizing the fact that changes are underway, very big change. Now, this is the perfect time to bring your talents to the forefront. So a fox especially is very clever, creative. They're very petite and they're able to move quickly along in their environments. They are also able to nest and to have a den and rest when they need to. So this is you being able to brainstorm in your den how you're going to function in the world creatively, make a very clear plan, and then initiate it, go about it. Because the fox is not the biggest predator on the chain, right? There's a lot of environmental destruction that comes from humans. There's other bigger animals and carnivores, omnivores out there, such as like bears, mountain lions, in an environment where a fox may live. So we need to recognize that when we're out and about, we've got to have a plan of action, and we've really got to be efficient and creative about it, just as a fox. But trust in your talents, because it is going to acquire what you need during this time. So Spirit wants us to, yes, stay rested in our den, our home, for some of this eclipse, but Spirit also wants us to pull out our creative talents at this time. So whatever that may be for you, for some of us it might be like a home improvement project, like doing some construction or painting a mural in your home, or changing the furniture, creating some kind of constructive reformation of the home. Maybe this creative talent could be something on the web. Maybe it could be networking online. Those are some ideas that are coming to mind. pull at this pile again for another card. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Okay, and we've got our 8th card, Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. So we've got this ascending feeling occurring within the chakra system. We've got our sacral chakra, our navel chakra, and our heart chakra. Spirit is prompting us to transcend at this time. The paradigm shift of the total lunar eclipse is actually coming across as being a transcendence of the spirit, a movement from the material plane into a greater awareness of our interconnectedness, our capacity to love each other, to love ourselves, and to see each other as a piece of the greater whole, and our unity that comes with love. So Spirit is wanting us to transcend at this time of the total lunar eclipse. Again, a lot of the blockages are occurring within our emotions and our willpower to act upon what we need to do. When we can bypass those, move through them, get it done, we can feel that oneness, that love, and that is what Spirit is wanting us to do. I think this is making a lot of sense, especially because the sign of Scorpio has so much to do with really dark topics, with kind of the dualities of good and bad, death and rebirth. So this is a sign that we are rebirthing ourselves on a spiritual level at the time of the total lunar eclipse. I'm going to shuffle our psychic tarot now, and we'll see what further signs we can get about the total lunar eclipse. Got our 8th card here is material and spiritual prosperity. So we're talking about the 8 being the energy of the date of the total lunar eclipse, and that 8 energy has a lot to do with this balance of the opposites, the material and the spiritual planes. So we've got the material and spiritual prosperity card coming in. We've gotten a lot of indicators so far that our chakras, our energy centers of the body, need to be in balance. We need to start to liberate ourselves and see the interconnectedness. And this card is further clarity of this. If we believe something to be true, then we're more likely to see it in the physical realm. And if we have the tools in our physical realm, such as maybe even like some tarot cards, for example, or maybe we have like some paint brushes, so long as we have some tools in the physical realm, then we can start to create with our mind's eye what we see and manifest it into the spiritual or the physical realm from the spiritual plane. So there's this interconnectedness going on between these two planes of existence that Spirit wants us to reconnect. Spirit has been saying that there's been a disconnect at a societal level lately of the material and the spiritual planes. We need to be able to see, to feel, and then manifest it, something on the physical realm, because we've been able to first think of it and then envision it, speak about it, pour our heart into it, put our willpower into it, put our emotions and our feelings into it, and then we will be able to see it physically, have it tangibly to the touch. So Spirit is saying we need to be able to connect these two planes, that a lot of us are not doing that right now. and we can be doing that with more things like affirmations, more law of attraction, so more acting the part in order to become it in the future. So let's go ahead and see what else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Next card coming up is emotional withdrawal. So we have the numerology symbolisms. We just had a 6, which is about nurturance and growth towards our understanding of being in balance. And then we have our 8, which is all about reciprocity, seeing the interconnectedness between everything. So Spirit is saying now is a time for us to emotionally withdraw, because if we have all of our energy cords, imagine yourself having a cord from your belly to someone else's belly. We essentially have those cords in an energy sense between us and all of those who we interact with. When we're giving too much energy out, then we don't have enough energy ourselves. So this is a time where Spirit is saying we can cut some of those cords and see what is not serving us, that it's time for the fox to retreat in the den for a little bit and become very creative, and channel your emotions into something that is more beneficial for you and all involved. That some of the emotions that we were sending out to others and that we were receiving from others were not at our best interest, were not good for us. They were having control issues, or we were trying to control them. And so Spirit is saying cut some of those energy cords, pull your energy back in, so that you can really think about what it is you're trying to acquire and create a very intentional, creative plan to channel it into existence. And so that's what I'm getting there so far from our psychic tarot deck. And now I'm going to pull upon our modern witch tarot deck. I really do like this one because it's a very thick deck where we can start to see all of the different signs within the tarot, the numerology aspects, the symbolisms of the 4 houses. So let's go ahead and shuffle this deck and ask Spirit what symbolisms. Oh, and there's some coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the 8th card from this little chunk that flew out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What a trickster moment. So I just counted out 8, which is the energy of the day of the full moon, of the full moon total eclipse. And we don't even have an 8th card from this little grouping that pulled out. So this is Spirit kind of wanting to leave some things in the unknown. This is Spirit saying that not everything in life is going to be spelled out clearly for us to be able to follow. That sometimes we have to live and experience the moment in order for us to gain such insights. So Spirit wants to give us a sense of willpower and mystery, that we have our own willpower here at this total lunar eclipse, and that we need to be able to channel what we want through this paradigm shift, that it's not the same for each and every person. What else do we have, Spirit? I'm going to pull one more from this deck since we couldn't get one from the first part of that deck's reading. What else do we have, Spirit? And our 8th card here is the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands is the 3 is all about being fast acting, communicative, insightful, being creative. I don't know if I already said that, but the Wands is also about being creative and channeling something into existence. So we're getting a lot of creative energies coming from this reading. We're getting a lot of looking out for answers, kind of scouting out the area, making sure that everything is going to be okay before and while we're planning our course of action. So this is all in all, Spirit is saying it might be time for us all to retreat for a bit, to take time for ourselves, to heal our emotions and our willpowers, to empower ourselves to achieve the goals that we are setting. It's a time for us to realize that as a society, we've got some control issues. Everyone wants to be, a lot of people in society want fame, a lot of people want money and resources, a lot of people have control issues because from a spiritual sense, no one can own the land. No one can own another human being. No one can own anything but their own body during this lifetime. And even that is not ownership. It's essentially renting it for a lifetime. So we need to realize as a society that there are control issues occurring, and we can take some time to withdraw and to gather our own insights and use it in a very creative way. So Spirit wants us to be able to release that which no longer serves us and to become really intentional about what it is we're wanting to manifest at the time of the total lunar eclipse. But as a general rule, there is going to be a lot of deep energies occurring at this time, and in order to stay protected, Spirit is advising some sense of emotional withdrawal, some sense of retreat within to re-emerge with a new set of eyes. So that's what I'm getting as far as all of our cards go. I'm going to wrap up this reading with our astro dice on my astrology board. My cat did knock down one of my pieces, which happened to be the astrology signs, the zodiac signs. But I still have the planets and the houses that I can roll on my zodiac sign wheel. So we're going to give that a go here. I'm going to pull these off to the side. And we'll see what our astro dice says for us. Give it a good roll. Spirit, what do we need to know about this total lunar eclipse? Uh-oh. One just completely fell off. And it is a Pluto. It's a Pluto sign. So Pluto just rolled off completely off the chart immediately. So it's definitely a time of transformations. Pluto is the last planet in our solar system, as you know. And so Pluto is all about that beginning, the final frontier / the new frontier. So this is all about a patriarchy, a sense of patriarchy too, because Pluto is a masculine energy. So it's all about this ending of patriarchal forces that are causing an emotional imbalance in our society. That's what I'm getting. That is huge, and it makes a lot of sense. Let's see if this other dice will land somewhere of benefit for us to gather more insights. Okay, and then We've got the first house landing in Aquarius. Aquarius all about community. First house all about actions, immediate results, and what we see on the surface. So we're going to be seeing some changes at a community level as a greater social level of the endings of a patriarchal dominance that is causing an emotional imbalance within our society. And we're going to see more divine masculine energy coming in, men in positions of authority who are starting to become more aware of what is going to be good for all involved, such as taking care of the land, the environment, such as thinking about healthcare and what we need on a social societal level. That is really what I'm seeing. So I wouldn't be surprised if during this total lunar eclipse that we actually see some men in power becoming more, bringing more spiritual values into their presence, into their value system. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see some great endings, some falling out of some of those who were imbalanced, who were trying to control too much or trying to have power and manipulate others. I wouldn't be surprised if they finally get some of their karma at this time. And on the other side, for those of us who are retreating within to gather ourselves and create, I can see that there's a good chance we could become more in balance and start to manifest more of what we deserve in our environments. I hope this made sense, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm curious to hear how this reading plays into your life and how the energies of the total lunar eclipse will be affecting you and what you decide to do during this time. I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Take care, and we'll see you again later. Bye.